How you doing today, Neil?
I'm doing great.
Awesome, awesome. So tell me a little bit about the goal you would like to accomplish.
I would like to get 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep every night, and I'm not getting that now.
Sounds fair. Do you mind if I record this for a class study?
Sounds great.
Awesome. So you've established the goal that you would like to implement. Where do you feel you are in that behavioral change?
I'm deficient in the discipline of getting to bed at a reasonable hour and staying asleep and clearing my mind of everything so I can be restful so the next day I can perform optimally in my dental office, and I'm just not there.
Okay, so your goal is specific. Do you find that how are you going to measure your steps towards achieving this change?
Well, I thought about getting one of those rings to monitor exactly how much sleep and what type of sleep I'm getting, but for the most part, I just want to look at the clock when I'm closing my eyes and look at the clock when I'm opening my eyes. And right now, I get an hour or two at a stint, and not more than 4 or 5 hours in total a night. So it's easy to measure. Once I get better at it, then I'll reward myself maybe with one of those rings that give me a much more quantitative analysis of the type of sleep I'm getting.
Yes, wearable technology these days is now well implemented towards not only behavioral changes but monitoring progress towards any specific goal. Should it be exercise? Should it be eating? In your case, attaining some sleep. So realistically, how attainable do you think this goal is?
I think it's pretty realistic that I should be able, with some discipline, to be able to reach my goal maybe in a couple of months. It's not going to be easy, but I've got a good role model in the house.
So because you have a good role model, so there's a theory of behavioral change called social cognitive theory. Have you heard of that?
No.
So one of the key elements is learning through observation, establishing an environment to create that change, and learning behavior from, in this particular case, your wife, since she seems to get a fair amount of sleep every night. So modeling your behavior after her behavior falls right in line with this theoretical model.
Absolutely.
How relevant is this to you?
Extremely, because I find that I'm tired and lacking the strength and energy and commitment to what I'm doing during the day when I know in the back of my mind I've only slept for 3 or 4 hours maximum. So I think I could perform better if I rest better.
So through self-efficacy, that'll be your motivation along with the other things that we mentioned to establish that change.
Sure.
And you've already touched on it. I mentioned time frame, but you said within the next 3 to 6 months, this is something that you'd like to achieve.
Yeah, I think it's very attainable, and I should be able to measure it by how I'm feeling and how I'm producing in a reasonable amount of months, I think for sure. Yeah.
Okay, what's the first step you're going to take moving forward towards that goal?
I think turning the TV off at an earlier time and actually physically preparing myself for bed in my bed, not on the couch in the living room.
Sounds great. Sounds like you're on your way. You've made a decision. You're going to implement an environment to help you establish that change. You understand the importance as to why we're doing it, making it truly relevant. So I'm looking forward to follow up with you within a week's to 2 weeks time and see where we are in the process.
Sounds like a fair deal. You're keeping me honest.
One thing I do recommend, just try to make a diary and record the amount of sleep you're getting, the quality of sleep you feel that you're getting. Because you mentioned you want to reward yourself with the ring, which will give you all that data. But if you have a good idea and take accountability for where you are, you can kind of align your accomplishments more fairly. Make sense?
Sure.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate your time, and I look forward to getting there with you.
Me too.
All right. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
I wanted to take a moment just to recap the conversation I had with Neil earlier this morning. Using the SMART guidelines, we were able to establish his SMART goal, which was to improve the length and duration of his sleep. Question was asked, is goal specific? Yes, I want to improve my sleep was his answer. Was the goal measurable? In fact, yes, it was. We established that he was going to record his length of time of sleep and try to assess the quality of his sleep based on how he felt throughout the course of the next day and how he was able to perform at work. We established that that goal was indeed attainable through consistent efforts, improving his environment, being mindful of activities like going to bed and turning off the TV were all established to ensure that the goal was ultimately attainable. The question was asked, is the goal relevant? And Neil clearly identified the relevance of getting improved sleep to better improve the quality of his life and his performance at work and throughout the course of the day. We did establish a timeline within the next 3 months. Neil would like to be able to see improved sleep patterns and better performance throughout the course of his practice at his dental office. And should it be accomplished in the proposed time, he will reward himself with a new wearable piece of technology, potentially the Ring, whether it be through Apple or Samsung, to reward himself for the efforts proposed in this health goal. And lastly, we established the use of social cognitive theory proposed by Albert Bandura in the 1970s. And through the use of modeling observation, in this case, he'll be modeling his behavior after the practice of his wife, who goes to bed, sleeps adequately, and rises up in the morning feeling 100%. Going to make the environment conducive to sleep, as when he goes to bed, he's going to turn off the TV and that's it. Go to bed, lights out. Through self-efficacy, he understands that it's his responsibility. He's going to be held accountable. He's going to track and monitor his sleep so that he can establish this health goal. Both of us felt that social cognitive theory was the appropriate theoretical model for him to follow to implement this behavioral change. Thanks so much. I hope the video was insightful, and see you soon. We'll keep you posted on Neil's progress.